2 years ago, I published this children's book on Amazon. This book is an asset. This book has the ability to make me money while I sleep. I created it once and I can sell it an unlimited amount of times. In the next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it, step by step, so you can do it too. And you don't have to be a writer or a tech person, I promise. If you're new to this channel, I help people live in purpose, on purpose. So we talk about mindset shifts, stewarding responsibilities, and building a life that actually looks like freedom. Let's get into it. I used to think making money meant trading all of my time. And I realized that a lot of people still think that that is their one and only option. But when God renewed my mind about stewardship and purpose, I realized that I can create something once that serves people and provides for my family over and over and over. This book was birthed out of that mindset shift. It's not just a product, it's an asset. And today I'm going to show you how to create yours. Now, before we get into the how, let me explain what KDP actually is. KDP stands for Kindle Direct Publishing. It is Amazon's free platform that lets anyone, yes, anyone, publish a book. Like I said, it's free. So all it's going to cost you is a little bit of time on the front end. You set the price for the product. Amazon prints it only when someone purchases it, so you don't have to worry about paying for inventory. They take out the printing cost, you earn the difference. Amazon calls that royalties. See, it's real, it's accessible, and it's free to start. Now let me show you exactly how I did it. You need to decide what kind of book you want to create. Journals, devotionals, coloring books, planners, workbooks, activity books, even poetry. Before you pick, go to Amazon and search your idea. Look at what's already selling. If you see books with reviews, that means there is demand, and that's a good thing. You don't need to be a designer, and even if you don't know where to start with the contents of your book, I'm going to show you how to get your creative juices flowing. So the tools I used were Google Docs for the writing, Canva for the designing, and ChatGPT for the illustration, but that is completely optional. I specifically use ChatGPT Pro, which is $20 a month, but like I said, that's optional. And if you really want to work around, sign up for the free trial, complete the book during the duration, and cancel it before it's over, and your process still remains free. Okay, let's get into the actual process. Writing the content. Like I said, I started in Google Docs. For a children's book, you don't need a lot of text. Each page might have 1 or 2 sentences. This gap right here was left intentional for the illustrations to fit in, but also optional depending on what product you create. So I actually wrote out the full story first, and then I separated it into pages. Now, if you find yourself just staring at a blank screen, here's a prompt that you can actually give ChatGPT to help you brainstorm. Keeping in theme with the children's book, this prompt says, I want to write a children's book for ages 2 to 5 about faith. The theme is God is faithful. Give me a simple storyline with 10 to 12 pages using short sentences and repetition that kids can follow. So it'll think and it will respond, and you now have something that you can work with. Of course, change it, make it your own, add your own voice, add your own story. Now you're no longer just staring at a blank screen, you have a starting place. You absolutely do not have to use AI. However, having a starting place is better than just staring at a blank screen. The same is true for your illustrations. So we can paste in this prompt, and I will have the prompts for you guys in the description. So definitely check that out if you need a starting place or somewhere to brainstorm. So this prompt says, create a warm, colorful children's book illustration of the sun shining and kids playing at a park. The style is soft watercolor, diverse characters, bright but gentle tones. The image should feel joyful and inviting. So even with the free version, it's going to provide an illustration for you. It might not be as good as you would like, because once again, this is the free version. But like I said, if you don't have Pro and you want to generate better illustrations, sign up for the free trial, complete your project during the trial period, and you're good to go. But honestly, for a free plan, this is pretty good. The key is to be really specific about the style so that the illustrations look consistent throughout the book. If you have some pages that look very realistic and some that look extremely cartoonish, then it just makes the book feel off. Once you have all of the text that's going to go inside of your book written and ready, we are going to come to Canva and put it all together. I created a custom size document. So as you can see, my size here is 8.625 by 8.75. If you are unsure about how you should size your document, KDP actually does have a site where you will find those answers. So all you have to do is Google Amazon KDP size guidelines and click the very first link at the top. It is going to walk you through how to set the trim size, the bleeds, the margin, margins, everything that you need to know so that your book is beautiful. So back in Canva, all you have to do is place the matching text with its illustration on each page. Now Canva makes this super easy because you can literally drag and drop. You can click and resize. You're copying your text over from the Google Doc and you are pasting it onto the Canva page, add in your illustrations, and boom. If you're wondering how I have this in the back, add in your illustrations as a background, place the text over it. Make sure that you position it in a way that it's easy to read. It absolutely does not have to be complicated. All you need are words, images, and a consistent look. A quick tip, make sure that your text is legible even with your images. So you can see right here, it's a little bit hard to read those words. So what I would recommend you do is go into effects and choose an effect that looks good with your background, because it really does matter what image you have in the back. So for mine, because it's super colorful, I'm gonna go with a lift and I'm gonna bring the intensity up just so you can read it a little bit more. I don't know if you can see the difference, but I can see the difference. It's a little bit see-through right here. I lift it and it gives it a little bit more of an intensity. It makes it just a bit easier to read. Once you have your book together and you are satisfied, there aren't any errors or issues or duplicates and everything is how you like it, you're gonna come to share, and this is how you're gonna download your book. You're going to download it as a PDF print. And I would recommend that you flatten it just so everything is seamless and nothing looks out of place when it is printed. And then you are simply going to download. Let's talk about designing the cover art. I need to mention this because I don't want anyone to get it confused or to just not have thought about it. Be sure to put your front cover on the right side and your back cover on the left side, okay? So it's not gonna read front to back, it's gonna read back to front. And if you want the dimensions for this, I have this in a 17.3 by 8.7. And once again, the sizing chart is going to give you the proper dimensions, but just remember, the front is on the right side, the back is on the left side. Next, let's get your KDP account set up. Now you go to kdp.amazon.com, and if you already have an Amazon account, then you can sign in with that. If not, then you create an account. It only takes about 2 minutes. Once you're in, you will see your dashboard. This is where all of your books will live. Right now it's empty, but not for long. We're going to click create and then select an option to get started. We are going to create a paperback. And that takes us to the upload process. Okay, this is where it all comes together. There are a few sections to fill out and I'm gonna walk you through each one. Title and subtitle, that's pretty straightforward. Use a title that is clear and searchable. This is optional. If you're creating a series, then go ahead and add it to the series. But since this is most likely your first book, you're gonna leave that part blank. Edition number, also blank. Here is where you put your name and you can type yourself in as an author. How exciting is that? And then if you're working on this with a partner or a spouse, then go ahead and add them in as a contributor. Now, description. This is your book's sales pitch, okay? Write 3 to 4 sentences about what the book is about, who the book is for, and why it matters. Here's what I actually wrote for mine. Join Nate and Kate on a magical Bible adventure in Nate and Kate's Bible Adventures, The Fruit of the Spirit. Perfect for children, this enhancing story transports readers to a mystical garden where the fruits of the Spirit come to life in vibrant, engaging ways. As the siblings learn about love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control, they discover how to embody these virtues in their daily lives. But you don't have to write an essay like I did. It's just important that you include keywords and help parents understand, okay, is this the right book for my kid? Or if you're making a journal, okay, is this the right journal for me? Whatever it is that you want them to know about your product goes into the description. Moving on to publishing rights, you are going to click that you own the copyright and you hold necessary publishing rights. All right, set the details for your primary audience. Click yes or no for this. And set your age group. Then you're going to come and choose a marketplace. This just means where your product will be available for sale, which Amazon website is it actually on. And so if you're in the US, click amazon.com. You do not have to worry about the other ones. All right, for your categories, pick the 3 most relevant categories. So I narrowed down into learning concepts, early readers, values, and virtues. It actually narrows down. So it goes from books to children's book, to literature and fiction, to religious fiction, to Christian religious fiction, and then learning concepts. The more specific, the better. It's easier to rank in a smaller category. So you can see how specific this gets. I didn't just choose children's book. I didn't just choose literature and fiction. I chose literature and fiction, religious fiction, Christian learning concepts, Christian early readers. I hope that makes sense. All right, keywords. This is a part that a lot of people skip, and it's the reason that most books don't sell. Your book would not sell itself if no one finds it, okay? So listen up.
This part is very important. Amazon gives you 7 keyword slots. So think of these as search terms. What would someone type into Amazon to find a book like yours? Here's exactly how you can figure out your keywords. You are going to go back into ChatGPT, and then you're going to ask it to give you 15 keyword phrases that would help to rank high on Amazon search. I said 15 and not 7 because you might not like them all. So chat will give you more options that you can read through and decide which ones best fit your product. Okay, so just for live demonstration, I'm gonna change these into random words that I choose. So faith, ages 2 to 6, with the theme being God's faithfulness. Okay, give me 15 keywords and it is going to crank them out. All right. 15 Amazon keyword phrases. So you can see we only need 7. Amazon only gives you slots for 7. So you will read through these and choose the best 7 out of these 15. Also, a quick tip is to go onto Amazon and search for a few of these terms and look at what the top selling books in this niche are using in their titles and their descriptions. That will give you even more of a better idea. Once your keywords are in, we are going to hit save and continue and move on to the next step, which is paperback content. For your ISBN, you're going to click get a free KDP ISBN. Do not worry about what this even means or adding it in. Just click get a free one. It's your first product. That's all you need to know. Do not overcomplicate this. Okay, so printing options, you're going to choose how you want your book printed. Is it going to be black and white? Is it going to be premium color? What kind of paper do you want? And this is where you will select the sizing of your book. Go back into Canva and look at your custom sizing. That is going to have to match what is in Amazon. Now, this is where you upload your manuscript as a PDF and your cover as a separate PDF. So the manuscript is here. The cover is here. Remember, we downloaded both from Canva. Canva lets you download both. KDP also has a free cover creator tool if you need it, but I designed mine in Canva. All right, friends, always use the previewer. Click launch previewer and flip through every page. Check for cutoff text, blurry images, or weird margins. I caught a few issues on my first upload just from previewing. You're gonna wanna click through and make sure everything is within the margins. All the important details are within these lines. This is where it will potentially get cut off. So just make sure that nothing important is outside of those lines. And if everything looks good, then you will hit approve. Now you can see your estimated printing cost after choosing what kind of paper you want to use. Is it going to be color or black and white? Is it going to be glossy or matte? What is the trim size? Amazon is not going to tell you your estimated printing cost. You need to price above this to earn royalties. So here's what I recommend. Go to Amazon and search books similar to yours and see what they're priced at. And price yours in the same range. And here's why. If you go too low, then people are going to think it's low quality. And if you go too high, people are going to pick someone else's book. So being right in the middle makes you look competitive and credible. After choosing your pricing, all that's left to do is hit publish. Now remember, hitting publish is an act of obedience, not an act of perfection. Your book does not have to be flawless. It just needs to be out there. You can always update it later. KDP lets you upload new versions anytime. Here's a couple mistakes to avoid. Before you go publish yours, let me save you some headaches, okay? Here are the mistakes I made so you don't have to. Mistake number 1, I rushed the keywords. My first round of keywords were too generic. Things like children's book that have massive competition. Once I got more specific, Christian identity book for toddlers, my book started showing up in searches, so be specific. Mistake number 2, my first upload had text too close to the edge on a few pages, and the previewer caught that, but I almost skipped that step, so don't skip it. Mistake number 3, I underpriced at first, and I was nervous and priced too low, but when I looked at comparable books and raised my price, my sales actually stayed the same, and I earned more per book. So don't be afraid to charge what it's worth, okay? Those 3 things alone would have saved me a week of going back and forth. So now you know.
Let me keep it real. You're probably not going to get rich overnight from just one book. In our first month, we made a little over $100 in royalties. But think about it. I was probably sleeping, playing with my son, living life. The book was selling on its own. And here's what most people don't realize. Once you learn this process, you can create more. Your second book becomes easier. Your third book, even easier. Each one is another asset working for you. This is what stewardship looks like. Using what God gave you to build something that lasts. You have a God-given message inside of you, and you don't need anyone else's permission to share it. You already had the message, but now you have the tools. I made you something. I put together a KDP checklist that walks you through every step we covered today. All the prompts, the pricing strategy, everything. It's in the description box. Go grab it. If this was helpful, subscribe because I'm going to keep showing you how to build with purpose. Whether it's financial freedom, mental clarity, or an abundant life that actually feels like yours, this is where we live in purpose on purpose. Drop a comment and tell me, what kind of book are you creating? I would love to know. And if the mindset part is still something you're working through, you don't quite feel like you have something of value to share, then you need to watch this video next.